Hey guys! For this week's video, I decided that I want to talk about kind of what an average day is like while going through an ulcerative colitis flare-up. So, I feel like this is important to talk about because a lot of people, when they hear about irritable bowel disease, would probably just think, oh, they just have to go to the bathroom a lot. Like, that's what they're experiencing. And it is a lot more than that. So, when I am flaring, I will, first of all, wake up all throughout the night. I will just wake up with an intense feeling that I have to go to the bathroom, and I have to go right then. As I've said before, when it hits, I have anywhere between like 10 seconds and maybe a minute to get to a bathroom before I am going to have an accident. And obviously, no one wants that. So, waking up to that is not the funnest. So when I am flaring, it will wake me up anywhere between 1 to 3 or 4 times during the night, which obviously interferes with how well you're resting. When I'm getting ready in the morning, I'll usually go to the bathroom and I'm just going to be upfront and honest, so sorry if this is TMI, but while I'm flaring, when I go to the bathroom, it is just blood. Like when I'm having, like, my bowel movement is just blood. There's nothing formed at all. It is literally just diarrhea that is blood. And obviously that's scary too, losing so much blood every day. So once I've gotten up, I'll go to the bathroom, and then I will try to put my contacts in. And from the time I finish going to the bathroom to trying to put my contacts in, I have to run back over to the toilet. Which, that's a matter of like a minute from just standing up and trying to start getting ready. And so it will go through that phase where I'll be able to do something for a couple minutes, and then I have to run back to the toilet again. So, I'll put my contacts in, go to the bathroom. I'll put makeup on, go to the bathroom. I'll get dressed, go to the bathroom. And so usually by the time I need to leave the house, I've gone to the bathroom about 5 times. Depending on how much I had to get up during the night, which is a lot more than normal. And obviously that urgency, when it hits and you have to go right then, it interferes with a lot of things throughout the day. For example, if I'm cooking something, doesn't matter that the stove is on, whatever, if it hits, I have to run to the bathroom. So that can be frustrating. If I'm grocery shopping, which that has been a big issue for me, when you're like picking things out and you have a cart full of stuff, or you're waiting in line somewhere at a store or something like that, and it hits. Obviously, that can be really frustrating to have to just drop everything and run to the bathroom and try to get there in time, which sometimes you don't. And that has got to be one of the worst feelings I have experienced. It's very embarrassing. It is obviously inconvenient and just unpleasant all around. So that's another thing that you have to keep in mind when you're going through a flare on a daily basis is, do I have extra clothes with me? Do I have other things to help me if something were unfortunately to happen? Another thing while in a flare is at least for me, mornings are the worst. Like, I usually go to the bathroom a lot more in the morning, and then it will kind of slow down as I go later into the day. Also in the morning, I have no appetite. I just feel sick, and I'm not able to eat anything in the morning. Maybe a piece of toast if I'm feeling a little okay, maybe an egg with a piece of toast, or I'll try to have a protein shake to try to just like get some good nourishment to myself if I can get myself to have that. But when I'm flaring in the morning, it is really hard for me to try to eat anything. It takes a couple hours before I feel up to eating something. So yeah, as you go throughout the day, whether you're at school or work or whatever, and you're flaring, you just have to really try to pay attention to your body. You have to try to eat things that you think might not upset you as much, which honestly, when you're flaring and you have like that bloody diarrhea all the time, it might not matter what you eat. If like I have had the feeling where I honestly don't want to eat anything at all because I have that mindset of, well, if I don't eat, I won't have to go to the bathroom, and then maybe it won't hurt. And going along with that, pain. Pain is a huge part of flaring, and obviously a huge part of the day. There are open bleeding ulcers all throughout my colon, and that obviously hurts. It doesn't feel good. And so, especially while I'm going to the bathroom, it will hurt really intensely. I usually have to have a garbage can next to me, and it makes me nauseous that I have to like spit or sometimes throw up into the garbage can next to me because the pain is so intense while I'm going to the bathroom. And usually for about a half an hour after I go to the bathroom, it will continue to just be really uncomfortable, crampy. Sometimes it's like a sharp stabbing pain, but I would say mostly it's kind of like menstrual cramps, like just this crampy, achy feeling just throughout your whole colon that you feel. And so some things that I do to try to help with that is I'll have a heating pad that I will take with me if I'm somewhere where I have access to a microwave, which I totally do that at school. I will heat up my heating pad at the microwave that they have and have it with me in class when I'm not feeling well. And I'll do that at night as well, or like with a heated blanket. If I have to get up during the night to go to the bathroom, I'll have my heated blanket that will kind of help relieve some of that. I can't take ibuprofen. Ibuprofen can make bleeding worse in the intestines, especially with ulcers. So it's advised that people with active ulcers do not take ibuprofen. So I can't take that for pain. So I can take Tylenol for pain, which I do sometimes, not very often. I usually just use the heating pad and that will help. So yeah, going throughout the day, aside from the abdominal pain, obviously you're losing a lot of blood. So you feel very weak and you feel tired. There can be anemia associated with that blood loss. Another symptom that a lot of people feel that I have experienced is joint pain, especially in my lower back and in my wrists and sometimes in my knees. I'll get pretty bad joint pain, which it can be associated with different medications. It can also just be the fact that I have an autoimmune disease, and so my body is attacking itself, and that kind of just comes with it, that it will cause joint pain. A lot of people with ulcerative colitis have joint pain as well. And then, I'm usually able to eat some simple things like white bread or pasta or rice. Those are kind of the things that I rotate through while I'm flaring that I'm able to eat. You can't really eat things that have a lot of fiber, like fresh fruits or vegetables, so that's hard because you feel weak and tired, but then you feel like you can't eat the things that, give you energy because they cause so much more distress to your digestive system with the high fiber content. So I have to be really careful about the things that I'm trying to eat to try to not make it worse throughout the day. And I'm usually able to, like I said, middle of the day, I'll feel kind of better. And then as it gets closer to nighttime, I will have to go to the bathroom more. Like I said, I usually have to go to the bathroom about 5 times before I leave the house in the morning during a flare. And then maybe a couple times during the day, and then at night when it gets worse again. Then usually by the end of the day, I have gone to the bathroom anywhere between 8 and 12 times, which is a lot of time that you have to spend in a bathroom. Going along with that, constantly throughout the day, anywhere you go, you have to always be thinking, where is the closest bathroom going to be? As you're driving, you're just hoping and praying that urgency isn't going to hit while you're driving. But often, as soon as I get somewhere, the first thing I have to do when I get there is go find the bathroom, like at a store or at a school or wherever I'm going. I have to find a bathroom really fast. And so that's always on your mind, is where's the closest bathroom going to be. I talked about having a heating pad. Also helping to kind of relieve that pain is like just curling up in the fetal position. So you'll find me in that position with a heating pad a lot of the time when I'm flaring. So, and then you go to bed, and when I'm having a hard time, when I'm flaring really badly and it's been going, especially when it's been going on for a while, going to bed is hard because you know that you're going to wake up throughout the night and be in pain. And, I'll wake up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m. and have to sit in the bathroom for anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes at a time during the flare. During the night I have to sit there for a while, and then I'm in pain. And so trying to go to bed, it can be discouraging just thinking about, man, I am not going to sleep well. I'm going to be in pain. And so a lot of times I'll go to bed crying because I'm not looking forward to that, especially because I really value sleep. I love sleeping, and it's hard to not feel like you're getting a good night's sleep like that. So nights can be hard just knowing what you're going to be facing. One other thing that I thought about was that it's really easy to become dehydrated while you're flaring because you are going to the bathroom so much during the day, and you just feel sick. So it's important to try to stay hydrated, but that brings in another symptom that I'll feel a lot, is having bad headaches during a flare just because I am losing so much fluid. And so that's a tricky thing as well, is to try to keep other symptoms like that from coming up from, being dehydrated. But I would say that headaches are also a big thing that I'll feel during a flare from that dehydration. So yeah, that kind of summarizes what a day is like when going through an ulcerative colitis flare. It is a lot more than just having to urgently go to the bathroom throughout the day. I feel like that can be kind of a misconception, is that, with irritable bowel disease, you just have to run to the bathroom a lot, which obviously that's a huge part of it, but it really does affect every aspect of my day. When I'm flaring, I am constantly thinking about it. It's constantly on my mind, and I hope that this video helps kind of give a little bit of insight into what a day is like for someone who's going through a flare. So if you know someone who's going through an ulcerative colitis flare, please be patient and nice with them, because it's hard. It really is hard. And I'm planning on doing a video where I talk about kind of the emotional aspect of having a chronic illness and an autoimmune disease. But it's hard to go through that every day. I got sick in July and have pretty much been sick until now in February. I'm feeling better right now. I'm actually doing quite a bit better than I have in months, but I've been going through that every single day since July, and it's been tough. So be nice to people who are going through chronic problems. It's hard. It really is hard. But trying to keep a positive outlook can certainly help a little bit. But that is my walkthrough of what I experience on a daily while going through an ulcerative colitis flare-up.